Be me, 29. Just got dumped after a 3-year relationship. Walk into work. My usual office of cubicles that smell like burnt coffee and regret. Coworker, Sarah, is there. Always with the bright-colored hair and mood rings. She sees me looking defeated and decides she's the perfect person to give unsolicited life advice. You need to get back out there and embrace your inner glow, she says, wearing a sweater that's definitely 2 sizes too small. Me. Yeah, sure, maybe I'll start a podcast about how much I miss pizza. No, I mean dating, she replies, smirking like she's just discovered fire. She starts plotting ways to get me on Tinder, decide to bail from her chaotic positivity and head home to binge watch whatever trashy reality show is airing. Fast forward, Sarah somehow convinces me to go on a blind date. It's at this dimly lit restaurant that serves artisanal everything and snooty waiters. Walk in, see my date, Tom, 30, who looked like he just stepped out of a men's health magazine. He's probably named after a swimmer or maybe a chef. Hey there, you must be the girl, he says, all confidence and tight jeans. Me, and you must be the guy who's way too eager to impress me with your smoothie recipes. He laughs, clearly thinking I'm adorable. The date goes downhill faster than a marble on a slippery floor. He's all about CrossFit and meal prepping. It's really about the mindset, you know? You have to visualize your goals like you're climbing a mountain. Me, I've climbed a mountain. I just wanted to eat fries. About to throw in the towel when suddenly my phone buzzes. It's Sarah. If the date's bad, just text pineapple and I'll rescue you. Decide to ignore it. Want a moment of dignity, even if I'm surrounded by protein shakes and spirulina as the date drags on. I get a sense of my existential crisis reaching new heights. Who even thought let's go for kale salad was a good idea for a first date? Also, somehow want to not be in the friend zone with Sarah. After an eternity, dinner ends, and I'm convinced I'll never eat leafy greens again. Tom asks if I want to go for drinks at some local bar where they definitely serve craft beers with pretentious names. Me, you mean more kale-flavored regrets? He just smiles, completely missing the sarcasm at this point. I'm desperate enough to make bad life choices. Feel like I'm the caffeine-free version of a very sad energy drink. Eventually find my way home. One social disaster in the bag. Start texting Sarah about my unfortunate night. She calls me like she's a psychic and hears my disappointment through the phone. So, how was he? Me. He took me to a salad bar and asked about my refined palate. That's brunch behavior, hun. You deserve a soulmate, not a salad. Gain a real sense of validation, because who knew an almost 30-year-old could still feel like a lovable loser? The next morning, another text from Sarah. Hey, I'm throwing a party at my place this weekend. You totally need to come. I promise no greens. No greens sounds like a deal I can get behind. Arrive at her place, an aroma of burnt popcorn and cheap wine filling the air. Everyone seems to be sipping on questionable concoctions from fancy glasses. I zero in on the one guy who looks as lost as I feel. Hey, I'm John, and this must be your first experience of hospitality by disaster. We end up chatting about bad dates, sharing stories about how life has turned into a series of unfortunate events. Suddenly, Sarah bursts into our bubble. You two should totally pair up for Tinder. You both could use some adventurous spirits. Her eyes somehow sparkling with mischief, like she plotted this entire moment with a children's board game. Me, Sarah, please don't weaponize your enthusiasm. John, she can't help it. I was signed up for this event against my will. We plan to go out for drinks and bounce ideas about a potential date, like we're mapping out a strategy for a heist. Can't believe this actually might work out. Turns out he's not a kale enthusiast. Night goes well, and we land back in the comforting chaos of Sarah's party. There's another unexpected contestant who waltzes in, Rachel, the office intern 2.0, but somehow worse and more chaotic. She makes a beeline for me, over-enthusiastic like a golden retriever. OMG, are you guys dating? She shouts. Instant silence as everyone turns to watch the drama unfold. Me, just a regular hangout. Rachel cocks her head like I just betrayed her trust. But you have to date. It's like the universe is screaming about vibes. Detail my epic struggle of trying to keep the evening pleasant as Rachel continues to throw out unsolicited opinions. John keeps his cool while I'm internally freaking out, feeling like I'm running a marathon on a tightrope. Eventually, Rachel gets distracted by a group of people doing TikTok dances on the living room floor. Turn back to John. If tonight ends with TikTok, I'm deleting every social media account. He laughs, this soft sound turning out to be somehow contagious. Let's stick together and make sure we don't end up in that trend. As I lean in closer, trying to soak in the warmth of good company, suddenly, Sarah jumps in with an obligatory toast to new adventures and to no Nicole Kidman impressions whatsoever. Everyone sort of awkwardly clinks glasses, but John leans in for a quiet moment. Why was Nicole Kidman even a thing? Me, not sure we're here to figure that out. As the night winds down, I accidentally spill my drink all over John, feeling horrified, but he just laughs. Well, at least it wasn't kale smoothie. Can feel the bond we've built, growing stronger. But then my phone buzzes. It's Tom, threatening to resurface like a bad sequel. Hey, wanna grab a green juice tomorrow? My brain screams, no, please stay out of my life. But I freeze as John watches me, waiting for my response. Tell him pineapple, Sarah yells from across the room. Nah, just tell him I'm busy. But he texts again. Come on, don't ghost me. Remember the salad? Me. Yes, it's haunting me like a bad horror movie. Realize fate is just a sitcom with the worst writing. John, glad we avoided that disaster. You getting the whole date with salad taste thing next? Nope, I'll just embrace the chaos. I smile, feeling lighter. Meme-worthy ironic karma hits hard. Now I'm spiraling into a dating puzzle wrapped in greens, wondering if dining scare tactics will ever end. But at least I have a partner in crime for the next episode of my life. And somehow, a future filled with really good wine and a no-kale policy is the best win I've had all week. Ironically sticking to this new mantra, never trust people on a first date who push your food preferences.